wherever Biden is leading, it's likely, of course nothing is certain, that that lead will increase. It's the great uncertainty in states where he's trailing.
I think that's right, Prannoy. I mean, we know in Michigan a lot of the uncounted votes are coming from Detroit, which is a heavily pro-Democratic area, as most urban counties are.
Right.
We know the same is also true of whatever's left, very little now in Wisconsin. Arizona looks pretty much in the bag now for Biden. So we assume those three go Biden's way. Now we enter into Pennsylvania. Now remember, as you mentioned, the absentee ballots are breaking 80-20 for Biden. So he could really run up the numbers there and make up for the deficit which is showing right now. So that's the one state where Biden doesn't currently have a lead, which we could see a flip. Again, Nevada, very close. Biden looks to be ahead. A lot of the votes which have not been counted come from Clark County, which again is Las Vegas. That is, it tends to be a more Democratic area. So right now, if you have to take all of this together and boil it down to its essence, I think the consensus is, with people who are following the data very closely, is that Biden is on track for a narrow victory. I want to say one important caveat, though. None of this accounts for whatever the president might do, what the courts might do, what unorthodox legal strategies he might pursue. That is, I think, where a big, big question mark is on this race and its final outcome.
Right. Actually, that's a really important point you made. It's not just early voters and mail-in voters that are being counted last. There are certain areas that are Democrat-dominated that are still to come in. So both the combination of the two is going to help Biden. Quite right. Yeah, that's the point. It's not just the mail-in votes. But that 80-20 split, is that happening everywhere or only in Pennsylvania?
So what we have data from right now is Pennsylvania. I think generally speaking, it looks like the mail-in vote obviously has been heavily Democratic, with the Republicans, though, going the other way on in-person election day voting.
Right. Fascinating election designed to confuse and confound all anchors and journalists, right? But not you. Sorry.
I would say, one important thing here also is the Senate. It looks right now that the Republicans are going to eke out a narrow majority in the Senate. And remember, this means that the Republicans, even if they don't control the House, they control the Senate. They have a 6-3 advantage in the Supreme Court, will act as an important constraint, even if Biden wins. Even if the Senate turns Democratic, it's unlikely to be more than 51-49, which means Biden would have very little room to maneuver if he wanted to push more progressive social policy, for instance, because those moderate Democrats are going to extract their pound of flesh.